going, everybody? I'm just gonna be doing a basic, just a gum chewing kind of soft-spoken ramble here today. I'm kind of in the dark here. The window's blocked a bit, and I just don't have the lights on. There's a wicked glare, but I'll be chewing the old Airheads gum again. The gum chewing jerk turned me onto these. But just a ramble about stuff. I will be speaking of that whole YouTube policy thing again. Stuff's good. Yeah. I remember I said like a million times. They were gonna close you out or whatever, or pay you out. Yeah. You can get paid out if you close your account. Which, if you close your Google AdSense account, you have to then reopen it when you reapply under a different email, which I'm sure would be annoying, because that email's not linked to my YouTube account. I don't know if that matters or not, but... And it takes 90 days to get your money, and they take $10 of it, because I saw somebody else had a video up, and they were saying that, and then I looked into it, and I was like, oh my god. Like, are you kidding me? And there's another funny thing. If your Google AdSense is inactive, like you haven't generated anything, in 5 months it resets, which I take as it goes from whatever you have back to zero, which is ridiculous. Now I hope I shouldn't have a problem getting remonetized well before 5 months. I hope not. It's not a problem, but because then if I feel it's going to be a problem, I'm going to have to just cancel my thing and take the money. It's annoying though. Yeah, it's just frustrating, but just frustrating because it's not like a simple just thing like, here's your money. Even just, we're going to pay you out, but we're taking a fee for doing it. Fine. You don't lose your Google AdSense account. You don't have to cancel it. We're going to give you some money, but we're going to take a fee. No. Or it's going to take 90 days, but we're not going to take a fee. It's like, whatever. They didn't explain much of that at all, at least in the email I got. So, what can you do? It was saying like you'll be able to get your money, but it wasn't like you're gonna have to cancel this. I actually found that out later on, but whatever. I know I've talked about the Patreon. I'm still looking into that, but I think I'm gonna just go. I see a lot of people do this as well. Sometimes both, but the PayPal kind of like tip jar thing. I think I'm gonna go that route, because then they'll just be up there, and if people want to tip a jar, you guys can go ahead and do that if you want to. If you don't, I feel it's a little easier. My sub count, I feel in my own mind, my sub count's not big enough to start a Patreon, And like I said in the past, it's hard for me to ask for money. I feel like a tip is just something like, hey, thanks for, helping me relax or something, here's $2 or something, I'm very weird with that, and I shouldn't be, but I just am. It's just, something I have a problem with, but throw his hood up. Still got a bit of glare on my face, so I gotta like block out the door. I don't know, it's so annoying. Whatever. Yeah, so maybe next week or 2 weeks or the start of April, maybe I'll just do the PayPal tip jar type thing, or donation, whatever it's called. People call it. I guess you can call it whatever you want. See what happens. And it's easier too because no one's committed to like a monthly thing, you know. Even if it's just like $1. I mean, the fact that, you know, who knows? Like I said, I'll look down that route too. But for now, I'll do the tip jar type thing. What else? I'm trying to think. I'm trying to. Oh, last night my girlfriend and I, or more her, made chicken and gnocchi soup. Because I love the chicken and gnocchi soup at Olive Garden. So we kind of did like a copycat recipe. It was actually pretty good. Actually really good, I would say. Not as great as Olive Garden's, but it's pretty close. Only thing is, it really messed up her stomach a little bit, and it really it made me have to go take a shit real bad. And I had some for lunch today too, and I could feel it working its magic already. So it's good to know if we make that again, or if whenever I eat that, I won't be near a bathroom. I'm filming this in the opposite room. It's like all cleaned up now. It's probably hard to even tell, but stuff straightened back over there, straightened up over here. Threw a ton of stuff out. May do another video game gum chewing vid if anybody wants to see that. Might do it with this game Gladius on the Xbox, which I love. It's a funny story, not a funny story, but I played that game back when it came out, or shortly thereafter. Put like 60 hours into it, closing it on the end. And you have your main guys. Valens is one of them, and there's Ursula. She's there's barbarians and there's the legionnaires. You can use either one to start your game with. And the two of them, the two main people, Ursula and Valens, had to be used in the mission. And you could you get your crew of gladiators along the way. That's what it is. It's a gladiator game. You go to different schools across the land. You battle. You do tournaments and stuff. And you got to work your way to like the capital. It's a permadeath game in that if you're fighting, because you can fight enemies outside the arena, and if you fight them outside the arena, if any of your people die, well, ones you recruit, they're gone forever. But anyway, I did not level up those two. I was using other people and leveling them up, so they had lower levels, and I just kept getting my ass kicked in this fight where it was required that the two of them fought. And the nearest save, because I was bad with saving that in multiple slots, was like 20 hours back, and I was like, I can't. So I ended up selling it, but I picked it up again at another point and played some, but then moved it again. But I picked it up in Florida. I might have mentioned that back in October. And I just started playing it the other day, so I'm going to try to complete it this time, and I'm leveling up the main characters. But maybe I'll do another gum chewing vid. I like to kind of utilize the space a little bit. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Stuff lasts a while, but that one's pretty done. Let's kind of take a little break from the, because I've done 4 straight request videos. I still have more to do, and I'll start to do them again after this one. But sometimes I like to just sit down, kind of ramble, or whatever. So I want to do my paranormal story video, kind of ASMR, or whatever. It's really just like a paranormal video, but because I really like those shows, paranormal shows, or like I just watched on Amazon last night, the Bridgewater Triangle, a place in Massachusetts between certain towns, had all types of crazy activity, creature sightings, satanic cult stuff, UFO sightings, all that stuff's happening. stuff interests me, so I kind of want to make a video in that sense where like it's like me being interviewed and I'm just talking. It's not going to be a real thing. Maybe I shouldn't have said that because it couldn't play it off as much, but I may try to do that in 2 parts. I think I mentioned that in the past, but that's one where I might have to write down some stuff because like when I do videos, like the last one I did was the the request for the mean balls. I just go with that. Like it's just coming out of my head while I'm filming it. I'm just like, okay, like in my brain, I'm processing stuff as quickly as I can. That's why sometimes I'll like stumble along or repeat something because I don't have anything written out. But this one, if it's going to be long, I'm going to at least need some bullet points so I can kind of keep it going. But I have a story I want to do, so maybe at some point next month or something, I'll do that one. But yeah, not much. I've been trying to drink more water. I've been laying off the sodas. My weight was up to a point I don't want it to be at, but I can drop weight fairly quickly if I cut out soda and lay off stupid snacks, but not as many. And I just walk a lot because I used to walk all the time, and I have been getting more of in a rut of like past maybe 6-8 months where I still walk because I don't drive, so I have to walk if I'm going places unless I'm going with someone who drives. But I used to just take walks. I used to just go for like 2-3 hours and walk. I'm trying to do. I got to go to CVS today, so I just walked there instead of using my bike and stuff. And I lay off the sodas and drink water and walk. I can drop like probably 15-20 pounds fairly fast. Maybe like 3-4 weeks or something. It's crazy. The soda's the killer. It's hard for me to keep away from those Mountain Dews. But I'm gonna keep doing requests again, to finish out this month and start up next. Once again, I know some of these requests are taking longer. I forget about some too, so it sucks and they get buried in the comments. That's why I try to write them down, but we'll see. Got a buzz in my head this week again as well. Trying to think. Also, we saw the Strangers Pray at Night last weekend. It was pretty good. It wasn't too bad. She wanted to see it. She's into those. My girlfriend's into those movies where people are being tormented and like in wood homes and stuff, far away from towns and stuff like that. Then if we when we stay in her dad's in South Carolina or my aunt's house in Florida, which are more remote. She's like, "What was that?" It's like, well, that's what you get for watching all these movies. You think people are coming to get you. Well, I don't think I mentioned this. I might have. Actually, I don't think I would have because I wasn't doing ASMR when we first went back to Florida in February 2016. We stayed down there. We were in the house. It's the first time I've been in that house in like 20 years. 95 was the last time. It was in 10th grade, summer of 10th grade. I went down there with my family, and I'm staying whatever. Because it's in a community. It's Indian Lake Estates. It's in like a community. And you got to come in through the gates or whatever. But there's not a ton of houses in there. Even like my aunt, grandmother, and mother had that house built in '87. Even since '87, my aunt bought them out. They owned some land down there. My mom built a house a block away from my aunt's house, and now it's just my aunt's. And it hasn't become too more inhabited than it was even then. There's not a ton of houses down there. There's houses, but it's big. Like Indian Lake State is really big. There's a huge lake at the end. It's huge. Got to see the Florida Panther in there for the first time in 2016, which is great. I'm crossing the street, but Anyway, last night there, we're going to sleep. I have a little fan. I had to buy a little fan because I have tinnitus or whatever, and it's got a ringing in my ear. So I need noise. I got an air machine in my room now, but it's like 10 o'clock or something. I'm in bed, and I could have sworn I heard something. I'm like, that something sounds weird. I want to turn it off. She was kind of already sleeping, and it was like, let's see if you can hear this. But it was like a knocking. And I'm like, I know I heard this. So I go out into the living room. I'm making sure that everything's quiet. And I hear it again. I'm like, what? It went on for like an hour. It was like somebody was knocking on something on the house. I flipped on the light I wake her up and I'm like, you hear that? And she's like, oh no. So I flip the light on by the front door. Look out there. I don't see anything. Throw the light on for the back porch. Look out the back of the house. Don't see anything. Still hearing it. It's just like, I really wanted to open the garage door. And she's like, don't do that. Don't do that. I was like curious. I was like, because I went to the garage too and I still heard it, but I couldn't tell where it's coming from. I really wanted to open it. Didn't end up opening it. It went on until about like 12 o'clock. I called my mom. I was like, because it's like, I think I called them like around 11. Thankfully, I was still awake. I was like, has there ever like, Kathy or anybody ever heard like a knocking? Like, what could it be? And I'm like, that's probably nothing. And when eventually it stopped, thankfully the doors in the rooms have locks on them, so we just like lock the door. Because once again, you get in your mindset like, oh, people are screwing with you. So that was funny. She brought a knife into the room because I was like, really like, if someone's screwing with us, maybe it was something in the attic, like a bird was in the attic and was like pecking on something. I don't know. Maybe it was just something with the ducks. I really don't know. Maybe someone was screwing with us and they just stopped. But I was a bit creepy for sure. Didn't sleep too well that night, but the next 2 times I went down, it was fine. But no, there was. I had no idea what it was. My aunt's been down there too multiple times since then. There's been no noise. But this little paranormal story. Maybe it was a ghost. We'll be going back down there in probably late July, early August. So try to adjust our bodies when we move there for like the extreme heat. Like I've been down there in the summers. It was a long time ago. Just see how we handle it. And I can't wait to get back down there. Like I said, I really do enjoy it down there a lot. So always look forward to going there. What else? Anything else going on? Taking the cats to the vets for their checkups. 2 are down. We still got to do another 3. We got to decide on bringing one Boris. Like we brought him a while back, and he is a nightmare to get in the carrier. They couldn't even take him out of the carrier. They had to like give him shots in it. They had to like do the exam while he was in it because he loses it. He's a good cat, aside from peeing in the house occasionally, but he spazzes out and loses it when it comes to the vet. Like more so than any other cat we've ever had since I was a kid, even. So I'm just what we do on that, but we're taking 2 so far. They're both fine. We gotta start taking the younger ones as well. Excited for the garage sale season to start up. Looking forward to getting back out there and trying to find some deals on some stuff. You know, went to local Goodwill yesterday, and I haven't been in there in a while. They rearranged it. It's like barely any games. They must have gotten rid of all their VHS tapes, which is a smart thing to do. Nobody buys them. They barely have any CDs or computer disc games. Barely have any books now either. They got rid of most of their books as well. So, who knows? But yeah, trying to think if I can ramble on for anything here for a few minutes. playing a lot of The Simpsons tapped out on the iPad. School game. I had it on the Kindle a few years back, but the Kindle died. I got it again with the iPad. It's a fun game. I actually may pick up The Simpsons Hit and Run. Speaking of Simpsons, for the Xbox, I loved that game when it came out. Such a good game, Simpsons Hit and Run. So I wouldn't mind playing through it again. It's a fun game. Oh yeah, I feel my stomach rumbling now. I may have to turn this off in about a minute. So I'll be running downstairs. But yeah, like I said, I'll probably give that tip jar donation thing a shot, and maybe in the coming weeks. Knowing me, I'll wait 3 months, but if anybody wants to throw a tip in there when it comes up, cool. If you don't, that's cool too. But figured that over Patreon for the time being. Like I said, it's hard for me to ask people for money. It shouldn't be. Like I said, it shouldn't be. But I'm just weird like that, you know. But anyway, it's been a ramble here. Gonna drink Ramble. I probably will have to go to the bathroom in a minute or two here, but thanks everybody for checking this out.